So the next set of materials that I'm going to show you how to use, or ways that you can use it, would be your bingo board. You'll take your bingo board that's on the yellow card and put it down into your sheet protector so that you're not writing directly on your board. You will be able to write on the sheet protector and erase it and use it for different activities. For this purpose, I'm going to use it with the list of words that I've put included in your binder. Some of you may have two separate lists. You could mix the words. You could just use one set of words. However you want to do it, or for whatever way you're going to be utilizing the bingo board. So for this one, I'm just going to take the list of words that I have, and I'm going to use my dry erase marker right on the sheet protector because it will erase clean. You're just going to go ahead and write your words on your board, and this is also going to help them practice writing their words. Now, if you have the four-letter words, it might not give you as much room this way, so if you did have the four-letter words or longer, you can just write them at a diagonal so that they could fit in there. But for this purpose, I'm just using the short A word list that was included in some of the packages, not all of them, because some of you won't necessarily need this skill. You would just go through and write the words on your list. Now, you may not have enough words like this right here. I went through and I wrote all the words that were on here, but I have some extra spaces, and that's okay. You could write some other words that fall into this word pattern that I have not included. So you could maybe map. That falls into the same pattern that we're working on. It just wasn't in my list, and that's okay. You could just write your own, or you could repeat the words and just spread them out again, and then see if they would be called out in another way. So whichever way you want to do it, you could see if your child could come up with some new words for the word pattern that they have. And then parents, what you would do is you would just go ahead looking at your child's board in front of you. You would call out a word that they have on their list. So you could say B, lab, and see if they could find the word that you have called out. You could always put their little free cube. Now, I'm using the cubes that I have right here. I included some of these in your baggies. You may not have enough because I don't know that I included enough for a whole bingo game, but anything that you have around your house could work too. And then that's how you would use the bingo board for reading some of your words. Another way to use the bingo board for some math activities, you could use it for number identification or even for your math fluency. So they could write either just random numbers, like if you're working on the teen numbers, you could go ahead and just fill in your board with whatever numbers that you have in your package. It could be the higher numbers. If you need to work on the numbers from 100 to 120, you could fill them in that way. And then parents, again, you could just call out N3, and they could put their cube there to see if they can identify those numbers. So this is just different ways you could use the bingo board for reading and math, and then you can just erase it, and then you could reuse it for different activities. So I hope that helps and gives you some ideas, ways you could play with bingo at home.